Hey everyone, thanks so much for being here. It's really great to have the whole steering committee in one room. The goal for today is pretty simple. It's a strategic refresh, a chance for us to get on the same page, reconnect with our mission, get really clear on our role, and just build up some energy for the incredible work we have ahead. All right, let's jump right in.
I wanted to start with the why behind everything we do. This quote from Bob Schaefer at Fifth Third Bank just nails it. It really captures that dual impact we're having. We're not just changing individual lives for our interns, which is amazing, of course. We're also creating a real talent pipeline for our business partners and making our whole community stronger. That is the incredible value we create when we work together.
So here's a quick look at our game plan for today. We're going to start with our guiding light, our North Star. Then we'll dig into the blueprint that makes this whole thing work so well. After that, we'll clarify our specific role in this team of teams, talk about how we actually plan our impact, and then we'll wrap up by teeing up some really important questions to think about for our next big strategy session.
Okay, first things first. Let's all take a moment and reconnect with our North Star. This is that single, fundamental purpose that brings every single one of our partner organizations together and guides every single thing we do.
And really, it all boils down to this one simple, incredibly powerful idea. Every meeting we have, every decision we make, every single challenge we tackle, it's all in service of this one goal: securing competitive, integrated employment for people with disabilities. That's it. That's the finish line. It's how we measure success. So, the big question is, how do we do that year after year? Well, it's definitely not by accident. It happens because we follow a proven blueprint for success, and that blueprint has a name: Model Fidelity. It is truly the foundation of everything we're building here.
And look, when we say model fidelity, it's so important to remember this isn't about some rigid bureaucratic rule book. Far from it. A better way to think about it is like our shared recipe for excellence. These are the core ingredients tested over years and years that we know lead to those life-changing outcomes we're all aiming for. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it means we are absolutely laser-focused on the employment outcome. It demands real, genuine collaboration between all of us. It means the interns get total immersion in the host business, so they're learning real-world competitive skills. And this one's huge. It means we are always looking for ways to get better.
And here's the thing. Model fidelity isn't just some abstract philosophy. It's tied to a real hard number: 70%. That's our minimum expectation for competitive employment for every single graduating class. Sticking to the model, following that blueprint, is what gets us there, and honestly, it's what helps us shoot way past it. And it's not just about the interns, right? That's the beauty of this. When we stick to the model, it transforms the host business too. I love this quote from Rhonda Thomas at Dow because it gets right to the heart of it. It improves the company culture, it makes their inclusion efforts real. It's a win for absolutely everyone involved.
Okay, so we've got our mission and we've got our blueprint. Now, let's zoom in on us, on this steering committee, and get crystal clear about our unique strategic role within the whole ProjectSEARCH ecosystem.
This chart right here is so important for understanding where we fit. You've got the on-site team, right? They're on the ground, handling the day-to-day operations and skill development. Then there's the employment planning team, guiding each intern's journey. And then there's us, the steering committee. Our job isn't to be in the weeds. Our job is to provide that 30,000-foot view, to focus on model fidelity, the strength of our collaboration, and the overall health and direction of the program. So, to spell it out even more clearly, this is our mandate. We are here to provide the leadership. We're the ones who develop this strategic plan. When those big picture challenges pop up, things like recruitment or employment outcomes, that's on us to solve. And we keep ourselves honest by doing yearly self-audits to make sure we're always improving. Our focus is on governance, not the day-to-day management. All right, this leads us right into what is arguably our most important task as a committee. How do we take that leadership role, that commitment to fidelity, and turn it into real, tangible action? Well, the answer is strategic planning. I want you to think of strategic planning as the main tool in our toolbox. It's the roadmap that we as a committee build together and then follow. It's how we make sure we're not just reacting to things as they come, but that we are proactively steering the program towards that North Star we talked about. And it's not some big, scary thing, right? It's a clear, structured process. It all starts with us committing to doing it. Then we clarify who's doing what. We develop the plan as a team.
And then, and this is the most important part, we don't just let it sit on a shelf. We implement it, and we check in on it regularly. It becomes a living, breathing guide for our work.
So, to wrap up our refresher today, I want to pivot to a direct call to action. I'm going to throw out 4 questions. The idea is for all of us to chew on these before our next meeting so we can walk in ready to have a really powerful, productive, strategic conversation. First step, the big one. Let's think beyond just next quarter or next year. If we could wave a magic wand, what's the ideal future for our program? What does massive success look like 5 years from now? Let's really dream a little here. Second, let's get down to brass tacks. What are the absolute non-negotiables? What are those 2 or 3 things that, if we don't get them right, nothing else we do really matters? Pinpointing these helps us focus our energy where it's going to have the biggest impact. Okay, now let's connect that big vision to concrete action. What specific, measurable goals should we set for the next 1 to 3 years? These aren't just activities on a to-do list. These are the major milestones that will tell us we are actually on the right path to that vision. And finally, let's look inward at ourselves as a team. Our collaboration is the engine of this whole program. So let's be honest. Are our roles as partners crystal clear? Where are the friction points? What's one thing we could do to make our partnership even more effective? Thank you all so much for your time and your focus today. I want to leave you with this thought. The on-site team is amazing. They're the ones steering the ship day in and day out. But this committee, your strategic guidance, you're the compass. You're what keeps that ship pointed directly at our North Star. Let's all come to the next meeting ready to chart that path forward together.